Today, I'd like to talk about safety. As a professional driver, your company is paying you to be safe, courteous, and professional on the road. And the public is relying on you to leave that little bitty space for them to squeeze into. I know it can be frustrating when you have four-wheelers squeezing in front of you and squeezing in front of you. But those people are actually putting their lives in your hands because they trust you as a professional and they rely on you to leave that little bit of space for them. Just see yourself as the superhero taking care of a little brother because they don't know any differently. You know what it takes to stop that thing. They don't. So leave the space and be careful. When changing lanes, please use 3 mirrors to do so. That way you'll cover most of your blind spots and you can change your lanes safely. And I'll tell you, I've been wanting to make this video for about 2 weeks now. Well, maybe a little bit longer. I met this gentleman named Bill. He works for Snyder. And he has been a truck driver for over 35 years. And he has never been in an accident in a commercial vehicle. And I left the conversation with that gentleman thinking, I want to be like him. I want to be just like him. And I think my complaint that day was about four-wheelers squeezing in front of me. He says, what are you upset for? They're just going to do it again. So why are you wasting your time being upset? And I learned something very valuable that day, that I should expect that from them. I see it every day. They do it all the time. And they're going to continue to do it because they trust you to be that professional. I also want to talk about racing other trucks, and we have all been guilty of that. But if you beat that guy or you beat that girl, who's going to pat you on the back for that? Who's going to give you kudos for winning that race? The only thing that's going to happen is you're going to get the satisfaction of beating that guy, of beating that girl. Then what? That's it. But if you are in an accident while trying to race that guy or girl, who's going to pay your bills? Who's going to take care of your family? If you go to jail, who's going to come visit you from the company? Nobody cares more about your family's well-being than you do. So please be safe out there. Don't strap your family to a life of debt and poverty because they no longer have the primary breadwinner, which is you. If you find yourself in a complicated situation, just remind yourself, a frustrating situation with a four-wheeler, just remind yourself, it's going to be over soon. I promise you, any professional truck driver that's sitting in jail right now because of an accident, if they could go back and change that moment of anger or that moment where they weren't paying attention, I promise you that they would do that. This is not an ego show out here. It is the opportunity to represent God, your family, yourself, and your company. So be safe out there. Also to our professional truck drivers, I want to remind you guys to please use a proper passing distance, especially in inclement weather. When it's raining or snowing, give the other truck driver the opportunity to see, because when you pass too closely, you blind that driver, putting him and everybody around him in danger. Also, in high winds, ride to the extreme right. If you can ride over that little white line, please do so and slow down. Do whatever it takes to keep the wind from picking that truck over and turning it over on the four-wheeler beside you until you can get to a safe location. Also, when you're parking or trying to hit a dock, take your time. Don't worry about anybody else, because I promise you, that if you hit that truck on the side of you, it will definitely be more embarrassing if somebody gets out and makes a video of you and put it on YouTube. So it's okay. When I have to hit a difficult dock or it's a tight parking spot, what I tell myself is they can either wait or get out and help, one of the two. So your job is to return to your family safely every day, to deliver that load, to not get a ticket, to not get in any accidents or any of those things. As a professional driver, that is your job. And don't let the four-wheelers rush you, because I guarantee if that truck is in an accident, the few minutes that they were inconvenienced will definitely turn into hours. So don't let them rush you. It's your job to keep them safe. And if you find yourself on a little bitty road or someplace that's not familiar to you, ride at a speed that you feel safe. They'll be inconvenienced for a little while, but they will go home that night. And you will go home. And everything's going to be okay. And in a little while, you'll forget about that situation. Well, guys, this is it for this video. I just want to remind you to be the superhero for the little guy on the road. You are the professionals, and everybody holds you to a higher standard, even the authorities. That's why our fines are so very steep when we mess up, because they expect more from us, because we are the professionals. We are our little brother's keepers. Stay safe out there and be blessed. Enjoy an amazing day.